What is going on, guys? Sean Don coming back with the technical analysis. Here we have Marissa, Scimeca. Second time coming back for a technical analysis. So, let's see how she's looking nowadays. Let's take a look.
Turn your shoulders. Push. Push. Ooh, there she goes. Hit it.
Pretty solid posture.
Push. Ooh, there she goes. Hit it.
Pretty good job waiting for the ball.
Push. Push. Ooh, there she goes. Hit it.
Left leg straightens out a bit, but all right, yeah. So let's break it down. So overall, looking at it right now, it looks like this final wind is a little bit too fast. I'd say maybe slow it down a little bit. You want to feel the ball accelerate from entry through the first turn, through the second turn, through the third turn. That'll help your connection to the ball. So like in this video, her father Vincent sent the videos in. Here is, this is a good example of her doing a pretty good job with that fast wind. But the other video that you sent, Vince, is you can see the kind of the downfall of the faster entry, because after that the ball picks up too much speed and then she doesn't know what to do with it, and that's kind of why she gets pulled off of the ground on the third turn. She loses connection, straightens out that left leg just a little bit too much, and things get kind of out of whack. So slow down the entry just a bit, feel the ball accelerate in 2 and 3 a little bit more, and that'll help connection and help her stay down and feel the ground, and it'll help that little problem out. But yeah, as you can see, otherwise, this ball comes by that left so fast, she has to really shift forward, hip shift to the left, camera view left, to compensate, and you can see her elbows come high back over her head, and that kind of throws her off balance a little bit. Looks like she's doing a pretty good job of keeping her core engaged, but like I said, the hip shifting back and forth too much, and then this left elbow coming too high is kind of a sign that the ball has just too much speed coming through here. But she does a pretty good job of staying solid and shifting back over this left side. You can see the hips do a decent job of staying stable. You can see there's some tension through the arms. You see those bent elbows, those arms should be outstretched. Think about reaching your hands up and out away from the body, keeping that back nice and solid, and then reaching those arms forwards, feeling the ball up and out away from the body as far as possible. That'll help a bit. Now, once again, I think these tight arms are a sign of, once again, that you're just going a little bit too hard in the winds, in the entry. Too much tension, too much active tension, need more passive tension. Outside of that, as ball comes through zero, like I said, left side is set up pretty well right here, but then as ball comes through zero, you see this left leg straighten out right here. Ideally, this left knee should be out over this midfoot or so. You want to keep this left knee bent. I know that's really hard when you're starting off the heel, but that just means you have to use this right leg even more. You have to really work this right leg and wait for the ball to pass so you can keep these hips stable. And when the hip shift back, or when this left leg straightens out, it's kind of chicken or the egg thing. Is it like left leg straightening out causes the hip to shift back, or does the left leg straighten out because the hip shifts back, and that because they're not stable? I don't know exactly just yet, but either way, hips need to be more stable, and this left leg needs to stay more bent. So you got to do both. Sort of, they go hand in hand. So like I said, this left leg straightens out, push the hips away, so it's a little bit inefficient. But then you do a pretty good job waiting for the ball. Nice long double support. Right hip. Think about driving your right hip towards the ball at this point. Single support, drive the right hip towards the ball, so that way you can catch with that right hip underneath you. As you can see, it looks like the ball is a little bit too steep over on this right side, camera view right side, or the left side of the thrower. Ball is too high over on the left side. And so then the ball comes crashing down, kind of right there. She does a good job of getting her right hip underneath her so she doesn't break her posture. But because it is so steep, she catches late. As you can see, her right foot comes down just as the ball comes to about 270, which is typically late. So once again, kind of coming back to the entry, keep your hands up, keep the ball up and out, keep the orbit a little bit flatter, and if you keep this left leg bent, that'll help keep the orbit flat as well. This left leg also kind of shoots that orbit a little bit high over there, and then comes crashing down. And then, like I said, you don't really get much out of this position right here because the ball, you're catching it at its lowest point, and gravity is kind of what accelerates the ball a lot in single support. So if you don't catch when the ball is close to its high point, you don't really get gravity helping you out at all. Instead, you're just kind of working, and you're not accelerating much. But so you catch, and like I said, posture is pretty good. Very good patience here. Connection looks pretty good. Right side, left side working together. Left leg is more bent here. Still, though, could be a little bit more down in the legs. Knee a little bit more forwards. But overall, pretty good connection. And then, yeah, you can still see hands go up a little bit. And then this right leg, because this left leg's so straight, it's hard to get this left leg, or sorry, the right leg, going really quick over that left leg in single support. As you can see, Marissa just kind of brings her right leg around her left and puts it down and catches late again. So the better you get at bending this left leg, the easier it'll be for you to drop this left knee down in single support and bring this right leg up and over that left leg, which will make that right leg, you'll be able to kind of cheat the system a little bit and get that right foot down a little bit earlier. You just need to bend that left leg, bend that left knee, drop that left knee towards the ground. Like I said, all sorts of different cues. But as you can see, high point comes, and then because it takes so long to get this right foot down, once again she catches at the low point. And then from here, once again she just does a good job of staying with the ball, but same thing, you see this tension in this left side, this left shoulder is a little bit higher. And you see that that left leg almost totally straight once again. High point still off to the thrower's left, to the camera view right. And then left knee doesn't drop at all. So that right leg comes down late once again. You see you're catching a little bit deeper here, more past 270 than before, but still not much going on. And then release. So yeah, as you can see, there's not really much going on in double support. The importance of double support is, I think, pretty well understood across the hammer community. And the more time you spend in double support, usually the farther the throw goes, because that's really how you effectively accelerate the implement. But so what you need to do is try to catch the ball a little bit earlier, which I said mostly comes back to this left leg. Keep that left leg more bent. Get a more efficient single support movement with this right leg. If that left leg stays bent, like I said, this right leg can go up and over this left leg. As you can see, it does a little bit here in this first turn, but still not quite as good as it could be. Like I said, the left leg's too straight, and that right leg, it just makes it hard to get it down quick. The quicker you get that right foot down, the more gravity gets to do its thing, and the more gravity does its thing, the more acceleration you have. So when that happens, if you catch and your double support is more efficient thanks to gravity, it means you can do less work at the start of the throw, which means you don't have to wind and enter so hard, and acceleration will come naturally throughout the throw. So, like I said, the original problem, the first thing I talked about was how fast this first round was. And you catch late, and there's really not much acceleration. And that's why she barely hangs on at the end, and like I said, that's why she, kind of comes off the ground into that third turn, because that ball's pulling her up on her so much, and she's not as connected as she could be. So, in conclusion, slow down this first wind, feel the ball a little bit more. Keep this left leg bent, feel this right hip working, keep those hips a little bit more stable. And then drop that left knee down towards the ground. Get this right leg working up and over the left calf rather than around the left ankle. Like I said, that left leg is just causing you a lot of problems. Keep that left leg bent. That will fix a lot of stuff for you. So, all right, let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm here to help. And if you would like a technical analysis of your own for anybody else out there watching, go to SeanDonnelly.biz, go to the services page, sign up. Now, it's the off season for a lot of you guys, which means plenty of time to make technical changes and, start crushing your goals for next season. I know it's early, but the off season is where champions are made. Never really took much time off when I trained. maybe two weeks, 3 weeks, and then I'm back at it, training hard. So hopefully you guys are doing the same. Thanks for watching. Sean Don, peace and out. Until next time.